Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your attendance on this morning's webinar. My name is Daniel Keane, and I'll be spending the next 30 to 45 minutes with you discussing BTC software, and I'm delighted to announce our collaboration with FreeAgent. So on today's webinar, we're very lucky to have Kevin Lord from FreeAgent. Kevin is the Practice Digital Enablement Manager, working exclusively with accountancy practices to help them attract and retain clients through developing their cloud-based services. Now, collaborating with FreeAgent was an easy choice, as FreeAgents share values and have very similar ethos to BTC software. So hopefully to talk to you a little bit about FreeAgent, I will soon pass you on to Kevin Lord. So just before I do, we'll take a look at the agenda for today's webinar. So firstly, we're going to have a welcome. Kevin's going to be speaking to you about FreeAgent and our collaboration with FreeAgent. And there's a number of names that I don't recognize on today's webinar. So as well as those of you who do use BTC software, for those of you that don't or haven't heard of BTC software, we'll be looking at about what we are as a company, what we offer, and our mission. We'll look at our clients, the type of clients that we work with, so both corporate clients and accountants in practice, what we offer, so the solutions that we provide, and then also what we provide around those solutions as well. So we'll be looking at training, the level of support that we offer, account management. We'll also look at the end at product demonstration. So we'll look at the integration that we have with FreeAgent, and then also some questions and answers at the end. So I'm going to pass you over to Kevin Lord of FreeAgent now, who will be talking to you about FreeAgent. Now, me and Kevin are actually in separate offices. Kevin is in Scotland today, so I'm going to have to, you might have to bear with me for 2 seconds while I just allow Kevin to share his screen with you.
Hi, Dan. Hi, everyone. Good morning. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me on this morning to talk to you all. Hopefully you can see my screen. Dan, I don't know if you're still there, that you can confirm that I've managed to do everything correctly. Hopefully I have.
Yes, yeah, we can see your screen there.
Excellent. And just before I go into FreeAgent and who we are, I just want to kind of echo Dan's kind words there. We're super excited about this integration. Those online who know FreeAgent or at least use FreeAgent perhaps maybe saw this as a weakness in our software. You know, the lack of capability that we had talking to other software solutions out there. We were very picky, and we didn't want to rush into just partnering with everyone. So again, I just want to echo Dan's words. It was important that we picked the right kind of company and the right kind of culture and the right kind of client base and working relationships that we have. So we're super excited that we're working together, and I think that will have a huge benefit to both FreeAgent's accounting partners and hopefully BTC's as well. So I've just got a couple of minutes just to introduce FreeAgent, especially to those that don't know about us. FreeAgent was founded in 2007. A lot of people think we're the new kid on the block, but actually we've been doing cloud accounting and online bookkeeping solutions for about 12 years. So we had a lovely party in the office earlier this year to celebrate 12 years of being a cloud accounting and bookkeeping fund. As the stats show there, we're now up to actually 230 odd members of staff and 90,000 active monthly users. And just to give you some context on that, I've been with FreeAgent for coming up 4.5 years, and I'm employee number 54. So we've quadrupled in size, you know, in those 4 and a bit years. A large amount of that growth has went into 3 teams really. One being our product engineers. So we are able to improve FreeAgent, especially from the accounting side. I must stress that. Quicker than we've ever been able to before, and I suppose this partnership with BTC highlights that. You know, perhaps our API wasn't as strong as it used to be, but we've now got that investment in the software that we can make improvements on a far greater rate. And if you allow me to be quite blasé about it, especially from the accountants angle, you know, again, we've had feedback from accountants that were fantastic for their clients, but maybe not so useful for accountants. But we're starting to address that, and we've made various improvements this year. Those with a keen eye or an eagle eye would recognise that I've popped a little arrow above Edinburgh there. So FreeAgent are based and headquartered in Edinburgh. So 80–90% of the team are up there. So we have a support team, which I'll touch on in a second. Our engineers, our marketing team, our development, our management, our exec board, we're all based in Edinburgh. That's not to say there aren't people out in the field to help you. So we do have our sales representative who are local, our account managers are local, and we also have training teams dotted throughout the UK as well. So there is an element of remote staff there. The next couple of bullet points I just stuck in there, really just if you're interested in this kind of thing. So FreeAgent was actually the first crowd-funded firm to successfully launch an IPO. And then earlier in 2018, we moved back into private ownership, where the Royal Bank of Scotland actually purchased FreeAgent. So I suppose really that highlights the confidence that the wider marketplace, or at least the investment marketplace, has in FreeAgent as a product, but as a business as well. With the Royal Bank of Scotland now owning FreeAgent, what I would stress there, as a former employee of the bank, I was certainly worried that FreeAgent would suddenly become swallowed up by the corporate culture of the bank. But we remain independently operational. Our co-founders are still in charge, still pulling the strings, so to say. And if anything, it's our culture starting to impact the bank, which is fantastic. You know, it's very reaffirming, and we've got great support by RBS to build on that. FreeAgent sort of was built by end users for end users, and it now morphed into this powerful accounting tool. The kind of language and the kind of clients that we are focused on is, I don't want to say niche. We don't see ourselves in direct competition with Xero or QuickBooks. We're probably complementary to those guys. We are very, very focused on what we call micro businesses. So 6 employees or less is what we try to aim for. And because we have such a strong focus, we are actually multi-award winning in that SME business market. I just want to touch on the kind of clients that we do fit just before handing back to Dan. And like I say, because we do focus on simple businesses, really, you know, if you have any of these micro businesses that are looking to raise invoices, as many as they like, they perhaps struggle with credit control. Therefore, FreeAgent has the functionality to automatically chase invoices. They have a business bank account that they're looking to set up and get bank transactional information into the software using a bank feed. Again, a little bit about that in a second. And then any client that's just looking to capture some receipts while they're out and about on the go, then they can certainly use the FreeAgent mobile app. So I'm sure everyone online has, you know, small businesses that probably take up quite a lot of your time, you know, trying to get that data from them. Something like FreeAgent is very easy for these guys to use, but ultimately it saves you a lot of time having to chase invoice information, perhaps chasing bank statements and receipts. That actually your clients can do all of that through FreeAgent, giving you that data as close to real time as possible. There's no doubt about it, though. You know, almost over 50% of the income into FreeAgent is from our accountants channel, and accountants using FreeAgent with their clients. You know, we are certainly of a belief that you can't or shouldn't really be using FreeAgent without the help of an accountant. So there is an accountants channel at FreeAgent, and with that comes a partner program, of course, just like you would hopefully expect. on software. And really all that is depending on the amount of active users you have, you move up through the tiers from bronze to silver to gold to platinum. And as you move through the tiers, you unlock various incentives and benefits. These can range from higher pricing discounts to marketing support or bespoke marketing to support, invitations to events, introduction to your local RBS or NatWest network as well. What I should also highlight, as of yesterday, we actually announced that every single RBS or NatWest client that you may have, they actually get FreeAgent completely free of charge. It doesn't matter if they're new to us or new to the bank, or they've been using FreeAgent for some time and they've been banking with NatWest or RBS for some time. As long as they have a NatWest or RBS business account, they get their FreeAgent subscription completely free of charge, and so do you essentially. So you can work your way up to a gold member if you so please, at no additional cost really. They could be made up of purely RBS NatWest business licenses, and you would be classed as a FreeAgent Gold accounting member. One of the benefits of being owned by the bank, and we're very lucky here, is that we managed to completely revamp our bank feed technology. So because we had a sneak peek, if you like, to the open banking technology, FreeAgent was actually the first cloud accounting firm to offer their UK bank feeds on the open banking platform. And that's great news for you and for your clients. You know, these bank feeds are extremely easy to set up. They're very robust, they're very secure and very accurate. It just means rather than using a third party that most firms used to do, we've now actually got direct access to all CMA 9 banks. So it's around about 90% of the UK bank feeds. The rest will follow very, very shortly. I will throw into the mix the challenger banks, so your Tide, Monzo, Sterling. We all already have direct bank feeds with those. So it's all about efficiencies and getting the data to you as the accountants in as close to real time as possible. It stops you chasing these guys, let's be honest about it, and it lets you do the work that you were always trying to do. Some additional support that we give accountants as well is we have a huge focus on training and education. All our training is completely free of charge at FreeAgent, so we set up bespoke training webinars for you and your colleagues. If that needs to be run face-to-face in your practice, then we're more than happy to visit you. Like I say, we have people hopefully in your local area that can do that. We don't charge for that training. I think it's very important that you're confident on the software, you know how to use it, and also you know the kind of clients that we fit, because at the end of the day, if you add the wrong client to FreeAgent, you'll lose confidence, you'll stop using us, and you perhaps won't use us for our perfect clients. So all our training and education is completely free of charge, so there's no cost there. Please speak to your sales representative or your account manager about your plans, about your needs, and we'll work with you on that. And then just finally, no doubt about it, our jewel in the crown at FreeAgent is definitely our support team. So not only training and education is free, but we have a couple of dedicated support teams for you and your clients. So if your client needs any technical help at all with FreeAgent on how to do something, or something's not quite working, then by all means they can drop us an email or telephone us. But likewise, if you need some technical help or support using FreeAgent for a client, you want to know, how do I put this journal entry in, or how do I calculate this VAT, or in box 6 in the VAT return, something more technical, then you also have your own practice support team. They're available on the telephone and online as well. They're all qualified accountants at the end of the phone, so they know your language, they kind of know what it is that you're looking to talk about and get involved. I just want to finish off with our website. So it's freeagent.com/accountants. You'll find a whole host of information there. I think we just released our blog post this week about our integration with BTC. I know the guys will go through that in a lot more detail than I ever will. So don't be scared to get in touch and speak with us. We're not a pushy company at all. We'll take things at your pace. But just like to finish off again, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you all. Thanks to Dan and his team at BTC. I'll also stay online until the end of the webinar, so if you do have any specific questions, then I'm happy to answer them at the very end. So that's just a little bit about FreeAgent. Like I say, I'm really excited about working with BTC. It's a new thing for us. We know the guys well from years out on the road and having mutual clients together. So it's a fantastic opportunity for us and for our client base as well. So I'll pass you back to Dan, and like I say, thank you very much for putting up with me, but also I'll be available for questions at the end.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kevin. That was great. That was a really kind of insightful look into FreeAgent. For those of our customers that use FreeAgent or their clients use FreeAgent, but then also for those of you who don't already use FreeAgent and are looking to move or to start. If you're a startup practice and you're interested in looking at bookkeeping software, maybe if you just use spreadsheets or incomplete records, then FreeAgent is definitely a really good bookkeeping package to go to. So thank you very much. And as Kevin said there, he will be staying at the end. So if you do have any questions, as some of you already have done, please use that questions box on the right-hand side of your screen in that GoToMeeting panel. All of the questions will be anonymous, and if we don't get to your questions at the end, we of course will contact you with the answers for those. So once again, thank you, Kevin, and I'll continue with the presentation so that we can look a little bit about BTC software, and then we'll also be showcasing that integration as well. So there's a little bit about me. That's me. I'm not going to go into too much on my background, especially not my guilty pleasures or hidden talent there. But I've spent the past 3 years working with businesses, both accountants in practice and accountants in business, to help them maximize efficiency through software for all of their compliance needs. So a little bit about BTC Software's company history. So we were founded in 1999, initially specializing in corporation tax. Now, following that in 2009, I think it was, we added our practice management and self-assessment modules. And then in 2014, we added our kind of final piece of the puzzle, which was our accounts production module, which formed, as we now know, the solution suite, which covers all of accountants' compliance needs in terms of their filing needs. We've got around 2,500 practices on our software and around 1,000 accountants in business also using BTC software. And that equates to around 15,000 users of BTC software. So that also includes our Making Tax Digital Bridging software as well. We're all UK based, including our support team and development team. And we were very proud to win 3 Software Excellence Awards this year at the Accounting Web Software Excellence Awards. And we picked up Best Practice Management Software of the Year, Best Tax Software of the Year, and Best Accounts Software of the Year. So there's our mission statement. So we believe this particular sentence best describes BTC Software's ethos as a company. So our mission is to develop feature-rich, affordable software that simplifies accounting professional lives and makes their practices more productive and, of course, more profitable. So these are a few of our clients. We're firstly going to be taking a look at the accountancy practice clients. These include both using our solution suite and using our MTD for VAT module. So we've got Lambert & Chapman there, PKF Francis Clark, RSM and Shipley's. And we also have businesses using our software as well. So these are some of our corporate clients, which include Air France, HTC, Yakult and Hermes. And this is our solution suite. So we're going to be talking now about the 4 main components of the solution suite, which is on your left-hand side of the screen there. The first one that we've got is the tax submission. So this covers corporation tax, individual, partnership, and trust tax returns. We've got full integration with the year-end accounts production. So you can import a trial balance using one of our bookkeeping APIs. So we're going to be looking at, of course, the FreeAgent and the integration that we've got with FreeAgent. So we can bring in a trial balance from FreeAgent. And as well as that, we can push out any journal adjustments or the corporation tax provision back out into FreeAgent directly from within BTC software. We can import via spreadsheets, incomplete records. We've kind of got a mini bookkeeping package within our software if you've got a client who comes in with any shoebox of receipts. We've got full integration with the tax modules, and it also includes charity accounts as well. So if you do have any charity accounts, we've got 5 charity templates available within the accounts production module. Now that also includes Companies House filing, so the submission of accounts to Companies House, whether they're full, abbreviated, and it includes the abridged option as well. And practice management. That's going to include deadlines for tracking deadlines, reminders, recurrences. We've also got global templates for your client letters and your covering letters of your year-end accounts and tax return reports. It includes document management, so we can scan in physical documents like an invoice, or we can even move in single documents or whole client folders into the software as well, which is particularly beneficial if you're using our cloud solution. We integrate with DocuSign and MyDocSafe for e-filing and sending documents through secure portals. And we've got various customization of data fields as well. Now, outside of the 4 main components of our solution suite, on the right-hand side there, we've got additional modules. They include Company Secretarial. So that's the most recent solution in terms of the outside of the solution suite. We won't be going over Company Secretarial today. We have got a pre-recorded webinar of the Company Secretarial product. So if that is of interest, let me know and we can get that sent across to you. To give you kind of an overview of features, we're looking at company formations, dividend vouchers, minutes, automatic email reminders to clients are included in that as well. Our software comes in 2 variants. So you've got the desktop solution where all of the data is going to be stored onto your C drive, or if you've got a server or a hosted environment, our support team can link it to that. But we've also got the cloud access as well, which is my second point there. So we can host your database in the cloud so that you can access it remotely. And of course, you don't have to worry about backing up the software. And then the last one that we've got there is the MTD for VAT bridging software. So that's where we're taking your final 9 VAT figures either from a spreadsheet or a non-compliant bit of software, moving them into our cloud-based, web browser-based solution to submit either quarterly or monthly VAT returns directly to HMRC. So that gives you kind of a good look at what BTC software offer in terms of the solutions that we offer. We're now going to look at what we provide outside of those solutions. So the first one that we've got is installation guidance. So those of you who are brand new to BTC software, we can help you get up and running in terms of installing the software, pointing to the software to your server if needs be, and including amongst that, we've got the data migration as well. So if you're not already using BTC software and you're coming to us from another provider, we can take across all of your standing client data. So we're talking about names, addresses, UTRs, telephone numbers, all of that good stuff can come across. You can even import that yourself from within the software. We have tools to do so, but our support team would handle all of that for you free of charge. We've got the telephone product support. So from Monday to Friday between 9 and 5:30, we've got full telephone coverage, and we've even got email coverage outside of those hours as well. We offer initial bespoke training with the software, so we can provide a training session free of charge for you upon a purchase of BTC software to go over any areas or modules that you specifically wanted to look at. You'll be provided a designated account manager. They will help with all of your first line questions, and obviously that will kind of segue me onto the next point there, which is the flexible renewal term. So we don't tend to lock you down in any specific contracts, in any hard to get out of contracts. There's no 60 or 90-day clauses. We've got a very high retention rate of BTC software. So if you choose not to renew with us, then of course that is completely up to you. So there we go. That's kind of an insight into BTC software, who we are as a company and the products that we offer. We're now actually going to look at a demonstration. The demonstration is going to be of our year-end accounts, and it's going to be importing a trial balance from FreeAgent and then also creating a journal and pushing that back out into FreeAgent as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tab out of my presentation and open the software up at the bottom. And we'll start by logging in. Now, the first thing to really mention about the software is the fact that we have 2 views. So we've got our individual view, which is going to hold all of our sole traders. So if I go to client and individual, that's going to cover our sole traders and then any individuals that are associated with our organization. So within here, you'll find directors, partners, shareholders, trustees, all that sort of thing in here. So you've got the individual view. and you've got the organizational. So the organizational is going to hold limited companies, partnerships, trusts, and charities. Now for the demo today, my example is going to be using a limited company. Whichever view you're in, whether you're in the individual view or the organizational, you're going to have these exact same set of tabs that run along the top here. And all the information that falls under these tabs is going to be pertaining to the client you've selected. So you can see I've selected Boggle IT here. So all of the information is going to pertain to Boggle IT. Now, I would normally go through each of these different tabs and explain the features and benefits of each. If you're not already using BTC software and you kind of want an overview of BTC software, what I would recommend is to organize a one-to-one demo. So you're more than welcome to contact us. We'll have a contacts page a bit later on in the presentation where you're able to request for a demo, and we can explain any specific areas that you want to go over. But as I said, we are just going to focus on the year-end accounts today. So I'm going to move straight into my bread and butter tab, which is this one here, which is the tasks, tax, and of course, accounts production returns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by choosing the add option. I'm going to drop down from my event type and choose one of my compliance tasks, which are featured in this bold font here. So I'm going to select this one, year-end accounts. Now I can automatically select my accounting period. It's selected the right one there for me, but I can, of course, use the calendar drop down to amend that. And if I view and edit the year-end accounts, that's going to open up a year-end accounts summary. So it's going to bring through all the relevant information from the details page. Importantly, allow us to choose our accounts production template. So for this particular company, it's going to be an FRS 1021A. If I want to, I can choose accountants reports, and I've got the options for abridged accounts as well. Now, once I've selected my template, I can open up the year-end accounts, which is going to transition us from using the Practice Management Client Hub database into our year-end accounts module. And we'll be presented with the cover page for the set of accounts. Now, over on the left-hand side, I've got the table of contents, which is going to feature the different pages of my report. And if I scroll down to extended trial balance, you can see I've got my original trial balance column. If I just move this editing panel over to the right-hand side, and this is where we're going to enter our figures in from FreeAgent. Now to do that, we're going to go to the trial balance import option, select FreeAgent from the drop down, and we've got the option to download. Now with most of the other providers, what we'll be doing is saving our trial balance as a CSV file and importing that into BTC software. With FreeAgent, what we're able to do is choose the download option, and we're able to log into FreeAgent directly from within BTC software. So I'm going to log in and I'm going to allow access by selecting the approve option, select my client, and it's going to open up my mapping screen. So what it's doing here is it's taking the FreeAgent codes and descriptions and it's mapping those to BTC Software's ledgers and accounts. Now this kind of works in like a traffic light system, and it's mapped these ones in green successfully. The software sometimes will attempt to guess the ledgers and accounts, and you can tick them off to mark that they're complete. And then the ones in red, it just means that you need to map the ledgers and accounts, and you're just doing that from the drop down. So I'm going to map these off here. And when I roll forward into the following year, it's going to remember the mapping that I've done. So we're just going to map these ones here. So if you can imagine we roll forward into the following year and we don't introduce any new IDs or descriptions from FreeAgent, what we'll actually see is a complete green trial balance mapping screen, so that when we're finished, all we're having to do is select the import option. So we're just going to map off this last expense. Let's go for business mileage cost. Now once we've mapped all these ledgers and accounts, we can select the import option. We'll get a message there saying, are we sure we want to import? and we'll select yes. And all those figures are going to go into the extended trial balance. As you can see, it's going to get a better view. If we select the collapse empty data tool, that's going to get rid of those unused cells, the cells with no numerical value. You can see that's going to give us a much nicer view of our extended trial balance there. Now, if we want to make any journals, any adjustments following the import of the trial balance from FreeAgent, we can select the journals option. So I'm just going to call this journal adjustment. And let's change, we'll go for so we're going to debit £100 out of here, and we're going to put it into that particular option there. So we're going to put it in staff entertainment. Now, if I save and close that, select OK, you can see we've got a journal adjustment. It's just going to pour into column D there. So we can have multiple entries under one journal, or we can have multiple journals and push everything over from column E there to the right hand side. Now, to get that back out into FreeAgent, you can see I've got my FreeAgent dashboard open here. I've got my client there, which is Boggle IT. So I can log in, and you can see I can access my client here on FreeAgent. And if I go to print and journal export and select my export option, it's going to recognize that I've imported from FreeAgent already. So it's going to choose FreeAgent for me automatically. I can select the option to upload and update. And you can see we get a nice message to say that that journal is now successfully uploaded into FreeAgent. So if I click yes to view, you can see there's my FreeAgent, which has just been, or there's my journal, which has just been uploaded into FreeAgent. And if I want to save those changes, I click save, and it's done. So it's as simple as that. Now, as well as that, what you can do is obviously when you bring the corporation tax provision into BTCSoftware, which eventually you will do, we've got full integration between the accounts and the tax modules. So when you work out the corporation tax figure, or the software will automatically do that for you. Within the corporation tax module, you can select the check and generate option. It will bring the corporation tax provision in here automatically, but it will also bring it in as a journal. So ideally what you want to do is move your corporation tax provision and all of your journal adjustments out at once and move them all into FreeAgent directly from within BTCSoftware. So there we go. That's a kind of a quick demonstration of how the FreeAgent integration works within BTCSoftware. We do have a video on our YouTube channel, which is now live, which showcases that integration. So if you wanted to see that again, or if you wanted a one-to-one demo of that in action, please do get in contact and we can send those over to you. So I'm just going to finish off with my presentation here. Now, if you want to view BTCSoftware in action, you can either do that via a one-to-one demo. You can do that for a 15-day, no obligation free trial, or you've got the various videos that can be found on our YouTube channel. So you've got showcase style videos, you've got support based videos for those of you who are customers of BTCSoftware already. And as well as that, you've got kind of pre-recorded webinars as well. So we will be making this, we will kind of finalize this and upload this onto our YouTube channel. So this particular webinar will be made as a recording as well. So there we go. There's the new business sales team. So you've got myself there, my colleague Tim, and also my colleague Tom. That's me looking very ginger there on a golf course in Northern Ireland. You've got Tim there in New York and Tom in Reykjavik and Iceland. So there's our telephone contact. You're also more than welcome to email us at sales@BTCSoftware, or if you want to email us directly, our email addresses are going to be our first name, surname, @BTCSoftware. Now we will have some time here for some questions and answers at the end. So if you do have any questions, please do ask. And I believe Kevin is with me as well. So Kevin will be answering some of the questions as well in relation to FreeAgent and the product. So, okay, so thank you everyone for your questions. Now, some of these questions are directed towards me and BTCSoftware, and we've also got some questions that are directed towards Kevin as well. So if I think Kevin, if this is okay with you, if I read out some of these questions, and I know some of these questions are in relation to FreeAgent, so I'll pass those over to you if that's okay.
Yeah, sure, no problem, Dan. Thank you.
So we've got a first question here. Is it does look like it's for you. So what does FreeAgent's accountants platform look like?
Yeah, so I didn't really go into much detail there, but like I said, FreeAgent sort of aimed to help your clients use to do their daily bookkeeping, but there's also a separate platform that are for accountants. So we set up a dashboard per practice, which is completely free of charge. You can have as many of your colleagues or staff members using the platform as you like, so they all have their own individual log-on, a little bit like what Dan done for BTC. But I suppose that one of the main benefits of the dashboard really is your ability to create accounts or create FreeAgent licenses as and when you need them. So we will not ask you to bulk buy 10, 15, 20, 100 licenses and have them all sitting there until you may or may not need them. Our commercial agreements, our pay strategy is very much pay as you go. And so if you only need one license, then you only have one license. If you have 5, then you have 5. If for whatever reason that client decided to move off FreeAgent, or they closed their business down or whatever, you would just simply mark that as inactive, so it goes back to 4. So yes, there is an accountant's platform. We just call it the practice dashboard, if you like. It's your ability to get access to all your FreeAgent clients from one place. So yeah, didn't really go into too much detail with that, but there are 2 separate platforms there.
Great. We've also got a number of questions here in relation to so there's a number of, looks like some of you don't use our software already that have asked about the free trial. A couple of include, do I receive partnership accounts, charity accounts? So I'll try and answer as many of these as I can at once. So the free trial that's available on our website covers the solution suite. So it covers the charity accounts, it covers all of the self-assessment modules, so individual, partnership and trust, tax returns, corporation tax and accounts production. So you get access to the full thing. Another couple of questions here that I'm kind of trying to answer all of them at once here, because I know we've got a number of questions on this webinar, so I'm trying to get through all of them. Is there support available on the free trial? Yep, so we offer full telephone support on the free trial as well as the full product. So if you do get stuck throughout the free trial, please do let us know. We've got another couple of questions on links to instructions, whether that's to import from FreeAgent or other platforms. We have actually developed a quick start guide. So if you are using FreeAgent already, fantastic. We can get that FreeAgent quick start guide sent across to you so that you can see that in action again. And to everyone who's asked for links to various videos, we'll make sure we email those across to you. We've got another question here from Richard, who's asked, does your system include payroll? BTCSoftware don't include payroll, but maybe I'll pass through to you on that one, Kevin.
Yeah, so payroll, we have full RTI payroll included in FreeAgent. There's no additional cost for that. You can have an unlimited amount of employees per business as well. So payroll is included in that. From the accountant's dashboard as well, you can run payroll in bulk, which is essentially submitting your full RTI payroll as a couple of clicks of a button. So some of our large firms that perhaps have thousands of businesses using FreeAgent, each business perhaps has 5 employees. They can run their full RTI payroll at a click of a button at no extra cost. So it's really the efficiencies there on bulk payroll has saved some of our big practices, days and days of work on a monthly basis. But on an individual level, yes, there is payroll, RTI payroll included with FreeAgent, and you can have unlimited employees on that as well.
Brilliant. And I think another question that we've got here as well is, do FreeAgent offer a free trial of their software?
Yes. So for both sides, from an accountant's point of view, you can have a free trial set up. So the link that I shared with you earlier, freeagent.com/accountants, you can register for a trial of your dashboard. With that, there's demo accounts in there. What I would say is to sign up to our partnership program is completely free as well. So we don't charge you for having the accountant's dashboard. All those demo accounts sit there. So although it's a 30-day trial, really, if you sign up to be a FreeAgent partner and don't have any clients that use us, you still have access to all that demo account. I kind of recommend that you do that. Remember, I said that RBS and NatWest clients are getting FreeAgent completely free of charge. There's a good chance that some of your clients that do bank with RBS and NatWest, they're already using FreeAgent without your knowledge. That's purely because the bank are pushing our FreeAgent licenses to them as part of the banking offering. So again, my recommendation to you is at least register for a free trial. There's demo accounts in there for you to play around with and try and break. That's always my advice. Try and break the software just to see how good it is. But it's also free of charge for an accountant to become a partner, so that dashboard just remains active until you need to use it. So yes, short answer is yes, there is a free trial. Long answer is you may as well sign up and always have access to these demo accounts and use FreeAgent when you need it.
Fantastic, and I think I'll go with this one here. This is probably the last one that we've got time for. But any questions that are in relation to FreeAgent that we haven't got through, I'll pass through to Kevin, who will hopefully answer those for you as well. The last one that I've got here is, does the import of data from current Iris package include an import of prior year figures? So we can take across all of the standing client data, so names, addresses, UTRs, telephone numbers. Unfortunately, we're unable to take across the figures just because of the mapping of the two different products. You can import a trial balance from Iris, but Iris will provide you with a read-only view so that you can access all of that information. So they'll provide that for you after you leave Iris, so that you can go back and access all the data that you need to, which would include documents and prior year figures as well. So I think that's everything. So thank you very much, everyone, in your attendance. Thank you very much, Kevin, for joining me on the webinar.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And if you do have any questions, then obviously you can contact myself on the 0345 241 5030, or you can contact Kevin. What's the best contact for you, Kevin?
I'm just happy to send my email address. It's kevin.lord, that's LORD, @freeagent.com.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you everyone for your attendance, and bye for now.